Motion. Different types of motion: linear, circular, oscillatory, random, periodic. This ball is not moving. If you give it a light kick, it starts moving. When something moves, we say that the object is in motion. What makes an object move? Some force is needed to make an object move. There are many different kinds of motion. Look at a stone falling down. How does it fall? It falls down in a straight line. How does a vehicle on a straight road move? It moves ahead in a straight line. How do soldiers doing a march past move? In a straight line. In all these examples of motion, one thing is common. All objects are moving ahead in a straight line. Such motion is called linear motion. All motion is not always in a straight line. Motion can be in many different ways. Let us see a few more types of motion. How do the blades of a fan move? In a circle, over and over. How do the hands of a clock move? In a circle, over and over. How do people in a giant wheel move? In a circle, over and over. In all these examples of motion, one thing is common. All objects are moving in a circle over and over. Such motion is called circular motion. How is the swing moving? It's moving back and forth. It goes ahead a bit, then stops and comes back and goes ahead again and comes back. It does this over and over. It keeps moving from one extreme position to another. This kind of motion is called oscillatory motion. The two positions at the very ends are called extreme positions. In oscillatory motion, the object goes from one extreme position to the next. The object moves back and forth over its own path. It does not just keep going round. This back and forth repetitive motion is oscillatory motion. How is the yo-yo moving? It's moving up and down. This is oscillatory motion. How does the needle of a sewing machine move? It moves up and down. This is oscillatory motion. How does a pendulum move? It moves back and forth. This is oscillatory motion. Observe the motion of a butterfly or a housefly. They don't move at a constant speed or follow a proper path. They just move around randomly. Such motion is called random motion. Look at how footballers move. You can't predict how they are going to move. Motion of football players is an example of random motion. when an object moves, it is said to be in motion. The motion in which objects move along a straight line is called linear motion. When objects keep moving along a circle, it is called circular motion. Back and forth motion, which keeps repeating, is called oscillatory motion. Some objects that move take exactly the same amount of time to complete their motion and also to repeat the motion. Can you think of any examples for this situation? The seconds hand of a clock. It always takes 60 seconds to complete one circle. After 60 seconds, it comes back to its starting point and repeats the motion again. The Earth takes 1 year to go around the Sun. After 1 year, it comes back to its starting point and repeats the motion again. This kind of motion is called periodic motion. It keeps repeating after a fixed period of time. What other examples of periodic motion can you think of now? A swing keeps repeating its motion over and over. Each time it takes the same amount of time for a cycle. The motion of a swing is therefore periodic motion. A pendulum is like a swing too. It goes back and forth over and over. Each time it takes the same amount of time. The motion of a pendulum is therefore periodic motion. What did we just learn? When an object that moves takes the same amount of time to complete one cycle of motion and keeps repeating it over and over, we call it periodic motion.